Today I'm going to be talking about 22 different dinosaurs that they need to add to Ark. So this is just a list I've came up with a bunch of cool creatures that I found and that I really think would fit and just be cool to have in the game. So I hope you end up enjoying this video. So the first creature on this list is the Ceratosaurus, I think, and it's that weird creature with the horn on its head, kind of how the Carno has like bull horns. This one's got like a horn on its head. It's a pretty big creature, and I definitely think it'd be pretty cool and fit in Ark. So the next thing is the Hatzegopteryx. I think it's basically just a Quetzal. It's very similar to one. There's actually a mod that includes it in the game, which is a pretty cool. I have a picture of it so you can actually see what it would look like in Ark. And I definitely think it would be very cool to have like a Quetzal alternative in the game that's maybe has some other cool features as well. So the next one is going to be the, I can't remember what this is called, the Culves or something like that. It's like a gigantic moose thing. It's got some weird antlers that are like a cross between like a caribou and a moose. And it's definitely an interesting creature. And these are all real, by the way, so this is a real thing. And I definitely think it'd be cool, kind of like having another alternative to the Megaloceros as well. This next thing is the Paraloxodon. I think it's basically like a massive elephant. It's even bigger than the mammoth. So this creature would basically just be a giant elephant that's bigger than even the mammoth, which would definitely be pretty cool. And this next thing is the Gorgops, I think it's called. It's basically just a giant hippo. It's a little bit bigger than the regular hippo, but we don't have any like hippo type creatures in the game. So I definitely think a hippo in the game would be pretty cool. Maybe around the rivers or stuff like that. This next thing is a gigantic camel, which is a real thing. The Titanolympus. I think it's literally just a massive camel, like twice the size of a regular one. They did add it. I think it'd be cool if it were exclusive to Scorched Earth. And then there'd be a really good travel mount for that map as well. Next thing is the giant raptor. I think it's called, I don't think that's how you say it, Giantoraptor. It's literally this massive 25 foot long feathered raptor thing. And I think this is an amazing and pretty cool creature, and it's gigantic as well. This next thing is like this, I'm not even going to try to say it, but it's basically a prehistoric giraffe. It's very similar to a giraffe, except for like it's got these antler type things on the top of it, and I definitely think it'd be pretty cool. We don't have any giraffes in the game either, even though it's not exactly a giraffe, but you know. Its next thing is the Sucho Minoma. It's very similar to the Bronix, but I think it's a bit bigger, if I'm not mistaken, and it definitely looks way cooler from the images. And I think it'd be cool, like another version of the Bronix in the game. It would definitely be pretty cool. This next thing is like it's a massive freaking creature, the Gosaurus. I just absolutely butchered that name. But as you can see, it's freaking huge. This is it compared to a Paraceratherium, and it's pretty massive. And I definitely think more massive creatures like that would be cool. So this next thing is the Lambyohsoros. It's like a weird duckbill creature, like kind of similar to the Parasaur, except for way bigger. And I think it has like some weird call it does with its weird head thing, so that's definitely interesting. This next thing is the Almosaurus. So it's another sauropod, so similar to the Bronto in size, I believe, and it'd definitely be a cool creature because we don't have that many sauropods in the game. We only have like 3, so I think more would be a pretty good alternative. This next thing is a really weird elephant parrot bracer thing with weird horns under its trunk. It is a very interesting looking thing, and I definitely think it'd fit in Ark, kind of, because there are a lot of weird creatures in the game, but yeah. Coming in at number 13 is going to be this thing called the American lion. So it's a pretty self-explanatory. It's a lion that used to live in America, and it's probably one of the biggest lions to ever exist. And it's definitely a cool creature. They don't have any, lions in Ark, so this creature would definitely be cool, and it's, an extinct one, and it's pretty huge as well, and I definitely think it'd be good to have something like that. This next thing, I can't remember what they're called. I can't remember what a lot of these things are called, to be honest, but this one is like a 2-horned rhino. As you can see, literally just a rhino with 2 horns. It does exist. It was real at one point, and it's a weird, really weird creature with the 2, whatever they're called, tusks, horns, I don't even know. This next thing, also don't remember what it's called. It's that weird thing with like the horn on the front of it that spikes out and then you know, the little wooden, just horns on the front of it. And it's definitely like a cool creature that you kind of like the Megalosaurus and stuff like that. So this next thing is this weird like Diplodocus fish thing that is on land. It has an extremely long neck, but it's not like that big. It's just like a smaller creature, but it has an extremely long neck, and I think it's an interesting creature, and I'd like them to add it to art, because, you know, I don't know why not. So next thing is the Shortfaced Bear. So this is the biggest bear to ever live. Of course they have the dire bear, which is pretty big, but this thing I believe is even bigger. The Shortfaced Bear, and I mean, just bears, they already, like I said, they already have a bear, so they probably wouldn't add this, but I still think it's cool. It's absolutely huge. Alright, so number 18 is this weird cat, lion, dog, wolf, cat is how it is supposed to be explained. And that picture was from a mod in Ark, and it's definitely like a big cat, lion, dog thing. I don't even know. That's what it's described as. It's this weird things like a weird roll rat thing. It's really furry and has a bunch of tusks. It's really big. It's probably a little bit bigger than what the Phiomia is, and it's like a big giant rat sloth. I don't know. It'd kind of be like the Megatherium, just not as big. So this next thing is another rhino thing, with instead of two horns, it's got a horn that has two things coming out of it. So it's kind of similar. The Megalosaurus. I don't even know where this thing would spawn. I guess it's pretty similar to the two horned rhino thing that they had earlier. So, I mean, I definitely like cool rhinos. We only have the woolly rhino in the game. This next thing is the Corneosaurus. Alright, I'm just gonna forget that. Anyway, so this thing is, I feel like I've seen this dinosaur a lot, but I'm surprised it hasn't been added to art, because I think it's decently well known. Not the name, obviously, but the dinosaur. It makes weird sounds with its head and stuff like that. So the last one, number 22, is this thing called the Steppy Mammoth. So it's basically a mammoth, but like way bigger. And, you know, I think that's pretty cool if they had the woolly mammoth, and then this thing called the Steppy Mammoth, which would, of course, be even bigger and more powerful than the regular mammoth, as you can see right here. Definitely think that'd be a cool fit in the game. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye.